I think it means a lot. Obviously, both teams has tons of talent. You know, both teams have really talented teams. They were young, but you know they're a little bit inexperienced. So now both teams kind of experienced and gotten those years of varsity games in, and now you know both teams kind of thriving. So similar story, obviously different dynamics as far as roster spots go, but you know it's a lot of talent on both sides of the floor for us and Liberty.
You guys are going into this game. Obviously, you played in the region championship last year, but you're the 4th seed in this game.
Yeah.
You guys, just kind of the way the points worked out this year. You guys feel like going into this game, like are you working in on the underdog mentality? Or are you guys leaning into, hey, you know, we were the team that played for the region championship last year. We're the team that everybody should be gunning for. What's your approach on that front this game?
Well, we want to have the confidence of, you know, we were the team. We were the runner-up last year. We fought that one. We let that one go, or let that one slip away. So obviously, we're confident, feeling like we are the best team in the region. But with that being said, a lot of the region was tough this year. Liberty played really well all season long. Floyd obviously was always pretty good. Martinsville, which for me kind of wasn't a shocker since I was able to see them in the spring. I mean not the spring, but the fall. But they were pretty talented, and I saw the change coming. And the region just being so tough last year. I'm looking at the last year when it comes to the points. We were a 3 seed and we had 5.1 something points, power points. This year we're a 4 seed and we have 5.6 points. So this tells you how talented this region is. And you know, whatever story, whatever side we have to play, whether it's the underdog or whether it's the person that's on the top of the totem pole, you know, we're willing to play. We just have to come out here and put our best foot forward.
Yeah.
Play basketball. It's a testament to the work that they put in. You know, Colton, he was a freshman when they went 2-20. And Bryce was an 8th grader playing on the JV team. So once Bryce stepped up, I think that year they went 7-13. So now in the last 2 years, they've amassed for 40 wins, 19 wins last year, 21 wins last year. So we're 40 wins and counting in the past 2 years. So that's pretty impressive for two special, well, not even just those two, but you know, for the group of seniors and those group of juniors who've been on this team since they were freshmen and sophomores. So Aiden Carter, he's a senior for us. He does a little bit of everything for us. He'll score, he'll rebound, he'll defend the best player or best perimeter player on the opposite team. And he's going to make sure he facilitates and gets everyone involved. Mainly our 2 big guys, you know, when it's time when things get a little bit out of whack, he's the one that kind of controls it and gets the ball to where it needs to get to, or maybe he makes a play for himself. He's been pretty steady for us all year, averaging about 9 points a game, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, and 2 steals. So he's been solid for us. And then Jason Ross, he's been a really good spark plug for us. Last year was a little bit up and down. We played him up in varsity a little bit, and this year he's played a lot more consistently, being a spark plug. Whether we brought him off the bench or we started him, he's been consistent 10 to 12 points a game. So we appreciate the energy and the effort he put in when he comes in. Just being engaged on the defensive side, making sure we're not being lackadaisical, make sure we're communicating, talking. Obviously, we got to figure out where number 2 is, where Aiden Padgett is at all times, but we can't allow a kid like Stevenson or Darnell, you know, to kind of get loose and get things going for him. And then obviously you have Lee in the paint, who's pretty solid around the basket. And then you have, I want to say his name is Robertson, number 3. He's a solid player. You can't allow him, you can't leave him open. He'll knock down 3s all game. So really solid team. You know, we just got to make sure we control what we can control. Obviously, we want to make sure that we limit Aiden to points in the paint. We want to limit Aiden to open shots and get to the free throw line. But we also got to make sure that number 5 doesn't get going. He's been up and down as far as the shots go, but he's one that when he's hot, they're a way better team than their record shows. Even though you know they have a solid record, but they're a way better team when he's knocking down shots.